Welcome to our first development video blog where we're going to talk about the development of what we're currently doing, the lab manager. So we are introducing a race lab manager. So we divided a level into different sections through line segments, 9 line segments, being the first one the goal. Okay, so you may see the ships. Now the enemies are using our current artificial intelligence, and here we show you how we calculate the position of our ship. If first one, the priority is the lap count, the number of laps that every ship has, and if it has the same lap count, then we check the segment, the currently segment, the section that the lap is running. We also check the distance to the last segment if the ship is in the same race section. It's an approximation, but it works fine for us, so we don't need a Bezier curves or Catmull-Rom curves. So as you see, we calculate the distance to the current segment. If two different ships are on the same section, then that's what we do. We're going to have two racing modes. So the first one will be finish the first one, like you will compete against another three more ships, perhaps, although we could add more NPCs. Here the ship is waiting for another NPC. It lost the position, as you may see, and has to go. So once it crosses the first line segment, the lap count decreases, and if there are no more laps, then the position is fixed. So the priority is first. The first that crosses the goal and has made all the laps, then it gets that position. Otherwise, it checks the lap count. If the lap count is the same for two ships, then it checks the segment of the race it's currently on. And if it's the same, then it checks the distance to the last segment. So you may see here the regular routes that the ships take, at least the ones with artificial intelligence, the NPCs. And well, that's the regular race. Now it's going to cross the goal. There is still one lap left. Two laps from 3. We're going to introduce another racing mode in which you don't compete against another ships, but you compete against the clock, against the record of that particular level. So every time you get time cube, then the time freezes for that amount of seconds, and you have to be collecting the cubes to be able to beat the current record. So that's just similar to the Time Relic from Crash Team Racing. I'm a big fan of Naughty Dog and really like that mode. Now they are competing to get to the final. One of the main problems we have is that if the user chooses another application instead of the browser, then the time keeps going on, although the ships are freeze because it's not rendering and it's not updating. We have to fix that. And then you lose just for an arrow. Shortcuts. Well, you may take a shortcut. The shortcut doesn't have line segments. So for a moment, it might seem that you are, well, you are not in the first position, but you have lost positions or rank once the another ships go through the regular track and go through the rest of the segments. But once you get out of the shortcut and you get to the forward line segment, then you will recover your maybe your first position and a privileged position. So that's the trick with the shortcuts. So need to have shortcuts with difficult to get through. You know, it should have obstacles, although that's just something for the future to have fun and difficult obstacles and to be able to take a shortcut and to be able to beat the another ships in a neat way. Although we have to improve the artificial intelligence, and that will be the topic for another video of our development video blog. Then here you should be able to go through the lab. Yeah, to take the shortcut once again. You are in the first position. It doesn't matter if now if the other ships crosses another line segments because you have you are one lap ahead. Well, maybe they could get ahead on the ranking. I don't know. But once you cross the line segment, so now the ship is one lap ahead of these ships, at least the ship behind the player. Now it's waiting a little bit. It's going through the gold. This is the first line segment, and it's going to take the shortcut once again. We'll go through the shortcut. And be in the final lap once it crosses the first line segment, the first the goal. It will get it will win. And if you pay attention, you will see that the record updates, and it takes the current time from the player as he has beaten the current record. This is saved in the local storage. And then we have reverse tracking. We don't have implemented reverse tracking again or reverse direction. I wouldn't call it reverse tracking. That's a mistake of mine. You have to check that the player doesn't make any tricks because right now we only check the collision against the first line segment. This is not optimal because yeah, without checking the direction of he's cheating, he can win just going forward and backwards. So that's something we have to solve for the next video blog, and we will implement the new mode, the beat the time mode. That's it, guys. We will have another video blog for artificial intelligence. I will teach you how our steering behaviors work and how we are going to improve it to make the game against the NPCs challenging. Okay, bye bye.